So, hey, black women. Today in New York City, we had an earthquake. Or the earthquake wasn't that big. It was less than 5 on the Richter scale. It was 4.8 originally, then they changed it to 4.7. I was literally in the office at my desk, and the floor in the building started shaking underneath me. So, okay, I'm okay with stuff like that. Training. I also had lived in California for a while, so earthquakes they don't scare me the way they scare everybody else or whatever. I'm used to it to a certain extent. So I rode in on the bus today laughing at Pretty Black Magic's video, right? I think it is fucking hilarious, and it is really like one of those situations where when people say they don't believe in like karma, fate, and all that type of stuff, it just goes to show you, right, how that stuff is like so real. Because now it's not exactly the same thing, but it's similar to my shit with her girl Crystal Swirls, right? Because Crystal Swirls was like going in on me with the colorism and shit like that, right? Talk about how black I was, how ugly I was, and how old I am, and basically because I'm old, black, and disgusting, she was going in, like nobody ever gets old, no one's ever dark skinned, and calling me ugly. I'm like, me compared to you calling me ugly, girl? You better look 25 times in the damn mirror. But anyway, I'm good, right? So I was watching the video today and laughing because I was like, see, people never can understand your point of view until the shit happens to them in a very similar fashion. So I think it is fucked up, to say the honest to God truth, right? That Samantha Cooker, I think her name is, because a lot of these black women that y'all watch, I don't fuck with them at all. I don't watch their content. I don't mess with them because I know they're not the type of women I vibe with. Like, they on that silly shit that most black women are on when they're very unfortunate looking in the face. Their bodies are not well kept, and they just have like this level of insane jealousy, hatred, and envy towards other black women. And when I see that kind of like vibe on these people, regardless of whatever they might be doing in the content they're giving you in the video, I don't mess with them. And I see that a lot all over YouTube. So, but sometimes you don't always get it right, because look at me, I was fucking with Crystal Swirl. Somebody should have tapped me on the shoulder and been like, Steph, that's a big fucking no-no, yo, don't do that. But y'all didn't. And it's the same way like when I first came on here and I had like certain content creators and I thought they was cool and I thought they was like me, really like black women, other black women, but they were still male worshiping in their own regard, right? And when I say that, I think about, I love when that sun comes through like that. I gotta get it, right? So I think about like when I had that incident on what's her name, Atari's channel with the gay dude, and how he had a problem with me talking about my opinion about Cynthia and how she just was running game on black women for money. And it's true, all of them do it, right? So the issue with that was the same thing that happened here. Whenever you think like people are down for the cause, or you feel like, oh, they couldn't possibly be hating on other black women because they're a black woman and they know what black women go through, you're usually wrong. And that's what Pretty Black Magic was talking about today. And it's the same thing I've been talking about since probably I got on here. Like, there is a sisterhood. It's just no sisterhood with hating ass black women. Like, the ones that are haters, like the ones I work with, the ones I come in contact with very frequently in my profession, they hate because they have let themselves go. A lot of them don't care about life, and a lot of them have convinced themselves that the ignorant shit that these ugly, broke ass, can't do nothing for you black males have said and told these women about how unattractive they are, undesirable, not woman enough. They believe this shit. So when you believe shit like that, it constantly tears down your self-esteem. It tears down who you are. So when you see these imaginary traits in other women, right? That in your opinion, you feel like, oh, they got it. They got exactly what these dudes are talking about or what they're looking for. Now you start projecting all this hate on them. And even in the case with Pretty Black Magic and this Samantha Cooker woman, whoever the hell she is, I could guarantee you, if she's an older woman and she's brown skin or darker, it's colorism, it's envy, and it's just hating on a black woman. Because from my own sister and my mother and my grandchildren, my own daughter, whenever I am in, and this is not for all dark black women, but it's for like 99% of them, right? It's a lot. When I'm in circles with them where they don't happen to know, like, oh, this is my daughter, or this is my granddaughter, or this is my mother, or this is one of my sisters, right? Because only me and my brother, one brother of mine, we're the darkest of all of my mother's children. No one else in our family looks like us, right? And that happens sometimes with black people. That's like me. Out of all my children, I only have one son that's my color with really, really straight hair. The rest of my kids, they have like wavy hair, curly hair, loose curl hair. But that one son of mine, he looked like a black Indian person. Like a real person from India. You know how they be mad dark, but with straight hair? That's how he looks. So, but anyway. So, that's all part of the bullshit. So when people get upset, it's not always about what the person is talking about. Most of the time, it's the projection of their issues they got with them projected on the other person. And with somebody like, now I don't know exactly where Samantha Cooker was coming from or who the hell that woman is in that video where she was talking about black women's hair don't grow and all this type of shit. That particular woman that was speaking in that video, take it from me, and I mean, you can come after me if you want to. It's okay, right? You can come after me if you want to. I don't have a problem with that, right? She's ugly. She's ugly. She's very bad looking, and therefore she has a very bad attitude and belief factor about herself and others like her. So it's like, you ever hear that saying, misery loves company? So it's not enough for her to just feel like, oh, you know, I'm ugly, I'm not what these guys are looking for, because that shit is important to her. But other people who don't give a fuck about that, we're looking at it like, why are you saying crazy shit like that? You know what you're saying is not true. But it buys into all this silly shit that all these black males have been putting out here to tear down black women's reputations for over 20 years. Because when I had looked up for a little while, and if y'all saw that in the camera, it was one of those fucking haters that worked with me that had passed by in front of me. She's minding my business, worrying about what I was doing, and then talking to me a little bit, but I just ignored that bitch by just staring at her like, get the fuck out of here, like, because we don't have conversations, so why are you talking to me now? Keep moving. So, I mean, that's part of the shit too, but it all plays into the background or the backdrop of the things that's going on with those people. Like, all right, so some things that are given. We know for a fact that black women are beautiful, very fucking beautiful. Ooh, more sun. Extremely, right? So this bothers people because the whole world is taught, and even we are taught, that we are supposed to want nothing, deserve nothing, and not think we are anything. So when you hold your head up high and you feel like you're somebody, you know you somebody, and you don't need $1 million or the whole world to be bowing down to you for you to have a great life, that kind of shit is envy, right? And so as a result of that, right, what happens is haters gotta hate. They gotta come from out of nowhere and get as evil as fucking possible. So back to this morning when I was watching that video, right, and I was listening to Pretty Black Magic laughing about Samantha Cooker, right? The only thing that honestly was going through my mind was this: she just hating on her. Talk about Samantha Cooker. I'm like, she just hating on her because I guess she's what she feels like is a threat to her or women who look like her. Like, and y'all all know what I'm talking about is true, because even like what I was saying, when I walk around people who don't know my family, they literally be making faces at my children, my sister, my mother, because they're black women with not even different features, not even exotic. It's just features that I guess they don't feel like, or black people are ignorant. It's not like they don't know it exists, but I guess because they don't see it all the time, every person looks exactly the same. They try to make it seem like it's something that's a rarity, when it's not. It's definitely not. So that's the whole thing, right?
It's so frustrating.
Whatever. You know, that's the other thing. Like, whenever you sit somewhere and you're trying to do a video, everybody want to get in your shit, make noise, be in your camera frame. All of these people are people who did not get the attention that they needed as a child, and now that they're an adult, they seek unnecessary, unwanted attention from grown people, other grown people that they don't even know. And believe me, that's a lot of what happened today too. And with that video initially, because why would you come on YouTube as a black woman and say some old crazy shit like black women's hair don't grow? Like, everything about us is fucking fabulous, which is why everybody always tries to copy. So why would you come say some shit like that? Like, do you know how many women do that big chop shit, and before the year is out, their hair is back either at half original length, or past the original length? So it's like, what the fuck are you talking about? But again, that's being said because she don't like who she is. She don't like the skin she's in. I kiss my shit. Mwah! Look at that. This is being kissed right now by the sun, by the fucking God. You know what I mean? So, that's how you gotta really think about things. But don't let that shit bother you, though. It's nothing to worry about. Let it bother, right? You don't get upset. Because it's always gonna be there. There's more haters that pass. I have some ridiculous shit stuff on my screen while I'm talking to y'all, and it's aggravating me. But yeah, I found that video fucking hilarious. I think that Pretty Black Magic needs to go hard in the paint. She needs to like scrape the fucking floor with Samantha Cooker, because why are you doing that, girl? You come out, you make a false statement, and then you try to base everything that is embedded with black women as a negative thing, and trying to create build off of an already wrongful, harmful, negative trope about black women, and give that shit life. So that instead of promoting like the 4B movement for black women and all things independent, and as well as different intersectional forms of femininity, this is the things they do. It's always to make black women stay scattered from coming together collectively to do like a collective pushback or a collective progression. It's always, okay, let's see how we can tear each other apart, tear each other down, and keep each other aggravated and going at each other. That's learned behavior that has to be unlearned. So, you know, but in between the learning of not doing that type of shit, some good jabs can be thrown. And I think that Pretty Black Magic is well within her right to throw a shot or two, because when you have way more than one person doing a story about that same video, but yet you only attack one person, that shit is as intentional as it gets. And she wrong for that. So Samantha, if you see this video, check yourself, girl. Don't go around doing that shit to other black women. If you really was gonna do that, you should have did that to somebody else, another type of woman, not your own kind, because that's real fucked up. And it shows the silliness that we tend to get involved in way too much. But karma is real, my girl. And what you put out there, you will receive. So watch what you do to people. You can have an opinion, but doing nasty shit to them is always going to bring nasty shit back to you. Y'all have a good day, and I will see y'all soon. Bye.